She had the world at her feet until her own fans walked away. She built an empire with her kittens at her side. But one savage comment, "I don't even know y'all," shattered the bond. Now Doja Cat is learning what happens when idols turn on their own. What really happened to Doja Cat? Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's dive into the rise, the fall, and the fans she lost. Let's begin. Before the fame, before the controversy, this is how Doja Cat's story truly began. Amala Ratna Zandale Dlamini was born on October 21, 1995, in Tarzana, Los Angeles. Raised by her mother, Deborah Sawyer, a Jewish-American graphic designer, Amala was immersed in art from the start. Her father, South African actor Dumasani Dlamini, was known for Serafina. But Amala has repeatedly stated, "I never met him." Soon after her birth, she moved to Rye, New York, living with her grandmother, an architect and painter. At age 8, her family returned to California, joining a Hindu commune where she practiced bhajans and wore headscarves to temple. But she later revealed the experience felt isolating, like she wasn't allowed to just be a kid. They later settled in Oak Park, where Amala fell in love with movement, dancing, skateboarding, and pop locking in battles across LA. Her aunt gave her vocal lessons, and she earned a spot at a performing arts school, but found herself skipping class to explore online chat rooms and music. Therefore, at 16, she dropped out, chasing a world where rhythm, rebellion, and raw creativity could finally collide. That world would soon call her Doja Cat. Now move to the moment where chaos, creativity, and controversy collided. This is where Doja Cat's career truly exploded. After dropping out of high school, Amala Dlamini, soon to be Doja Cat, was broke, restless, and glued to the internet. She taught herself to sing, rap, and produce using GarageBand. In 2012, her SoundCloud upload, So High, changed everything. It landed her a record deal with Kimosabi and RCA at just 17. Her debut EP, Purr, 2014, had promise, but her first studio album, Amala, 2018, went unnoticed. Creative burnout and label neglect almost derailed her, until she uploaded Mooo, a bizarre viral track that turned her into a meme queen. Therefore, the industry finally took her seriously. Hot Pink 2019 brought TikTok-fueled hits like Say So, which topped the Billboard Hot 100 with a Nicki Minaj remix. Her fame skyrocketed. In 2021, Planet Her made her a global pop rap force. But by 2022, burnout and backlash followed. She nearly quit music. Therefore, she rebranded. Scarlet 2023 was raw, rap-heavy, and rebellious. Paint the Town Red became her first solo number. One hit, the 2024 Deluxe, Scarlet 2 Claude, and 2025 collabs with Lisa and Jack Harlow proved one thing. Doja Cat doesn't follow the industry. She flips it on its head. Now let's move beyond the music, to the mind behind the madness. This is the artistry and image that made Doja Cat unforgettable. The art, influence, and infamy of Doja Cat. Doja Cat isn't just a performer, she's a shapeshifter. Drawing inspiration from genre-defying legends like Nicki Minaj, Busta Rhymes, Lauryn Hill, and Missy Elliott, her style is an unpredictable mix of rap, R&B, pop, and pure internet chaos. She once said she's in love with everything Nicki Minaj has put out. In her tribute track, Get Into It, Yeah, makes that clear. But she doesn't stop at hip-hop royalty. From Rihanna to Pharrell, TLC to Prince, Doja's sound pulls from childhood influences and the subcultures she explored online. Therefore, her music often blends fantasy with grit, silly with sexy, and energy uniquely hers. She built the Doja Cat persona in 2012, inspired by her love for weed and cats. But by 2021, she admitted discomfort with her past image, saying, "I'm not that pothead hippie girl anymore." Her performances are bold, bizarre, and magnetic, but her raw, often chaotic presence online has brought backlash. From controversial tweets to calling out her own fans, Doja has burned bridges and kept walking. In 2022, after skipping a meetup and mocking fan expectations, she said, "I don't even know y'all." and lost hundreds of thousands of followers. Therefore, her image has become one of rebellion. She's no longer trying to be lovable, she's just being real. Whether it's her genre-bending music or her flame-throwing tweets, Doja Cat refuses to be packaged. And that defiance, that's what makes her iconic. Let's move into the part of her story that shifted everything, where admiration turned into outrage and her most loyal fans began walking away. The fans she lost when fame meets fallout. Doja Cat's rise wasn't just about music, it was about connection. Her fans, known as the Kittenz, adored her weirdness, her raw energy, her internet-savvy charm. She wasn't a distant superstar, she was one of them, posting memes, going live with no makeup, and being unapologetically bizarre. But that intimacy eventually backfired. In 2022, after missing a fan meetup in Paraguay due to weather, Doja was hit with online backlash. Instead of offering a warm apology, she lashed out. "I don't even know y'all," she tweeted. That one sentence shattered the illusion for many fans who believed she cared. The internet erupted. Therefore, the fallout was immediate and massive. Over 250,000 followers disappeared from her Instagram. Threads, Twitter, Reddit, everywhere, fans expressed hurt, betrayal, and confusion. Many claimed she'd changed. Others said they finally saw her true colors. Instead of backtracking, Doja doubled down. She deleted posts, went dark, then returned with a new look, new attitude, and no interest in people-pleasing. The pink-haired, bubbly pop star was gone. In her place stood a darker, more defiant artist who made it clear she wasn't here to play nice. This transformation wasn't just aesthetic, it was emotional. Doja was burning bridges to build boundaries. But in doing so, she didn't just lose followers, she lost trust. The same fans who once championed her as one of us began calling her arrogant, cold, and disconnected. Therefore, the love affair between Doja Cat and her fandom fractured. And while some stayed loyal, many walked away, proving that in the digital age, fame isn't just earned, it's negotiated. Now let's move to her boldest chapter yet, the moment she tore up the pop playbook and rebuilt herself from scratch. By 2023, Doja Cat had nothing left to prove, except to herself. She topped charts, won a Grammy, and become one of the most streamed artists in the world. But fame had drained her, and her relationship with fans had soured. The glittery image that once made her a darling of the internet, she was done with it. Enter Scarlet, her fourth studio album and a total artistic reset. Gone were the neon wigs and TikTok hooks. In their place, raw lyricism, minimalist production, and a gritty rap-forward sound. The lead single, Paint the Town Red, wasn't just a hit, it was her first solo #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Therefore, Doja proved she didn't need bubblegum beats to stay relevant. She could dominate the charts on her own terms. But it wasn't just the sound that changed. Her aesthetic turned darker. Her performances became more aggressive. Some fans called it demonic, others called it genius. She embraced the controversy. She mocked her critics. She refused to explain herself. Then came Scarlet 2 Claude in 2024, a deluxe edition that dug even deeper. Collaborating with artists like A.AP Rocky and Tizo Touchdown, she explored themes of ego, chaos, and religious guilt. The album was chaotic, but captivating. But reinvention comes at a cost. Some listeners missed the old Doja, others felt challenged by her refusal to cater to trends. Therefore, Scarlet didn't win everyone back, but it earned her something else: creative freedom. By 2025, she teamed up with Blackpink's Lisa and Jack Harlow, proving she could move between worlds while still rewriting her own. This wasn't just a rebrand, it was a reckoning. And for Doja Cat, it marked the beginning of something more powerful than fame: artistry without apology. Let's now step into the unknown, because with Doja Cat, the future might be her most unpredictable move yet. What comes after the fall? Doja Cat's journey defies every rule the industry once held sacred. She didn't rise through polished PR. She didn't fall because of a single scandal, and she didn't fade when fans turned away. Instead, she rebuilt herself through resistance and forced the world to look twice. But legacy is a tricky thing. The very internet that crowned her now questions her every post. The fan base she once called family feels fractured. And while Scarlet earned critical respect, it also exposed the divide. Is she a visionary, or is she alienating the people who made her? Therefore, the legacy of Doja Cat hangs in a strange balance, caught between brilliance and backlash. Yet one thing is clear, she's still writing the story. In 2025, she continues to collaborate with international stars like Lisa and Jack Harlow, navigating genres like a shapeshifter. She's no longer chasing trends. She's choosing when and how to set them. The fans who remain are no longer just kittens. They're witnesses to something raw and unfiltered. A woman rejecting pop star expectations in real time. But the question remains, can an artist thrive when they stop caring who's watching? Whether she's crowned a legend or remembered as a cautionary tale, Doja Cat has already reshaped what modern fame looks like. Her rise was explosive, her fall was public, and her comeback? It's still being written. Therefore, the final chapter isn't hers alone. It belongs to the world watching. And with Doja, and there you have it, the rise, the fall, and the fans she lost. Doja Cat's story is far from over. And love her or hate her, she's rewriting the rules of fame, one bold move at a time. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that subscribe button, smash the bell so you're first to know when we drop the next one, and drop a comment below. Do you think Doja is reinvented or rejected? Let's talk. See you in the next one.